Dobro Veche, Divine Pisces 222. It is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. It's, well, it would be tax day if they hadn't extended the deadline. Alright, let's get this energy check-in underway. So I can feel the heavy energy starting to lift, guys, so that's good. Obviously, it's been killer. But right now, yeah, it looks like, yeah, a lot of you, I think, had really lost faith for a while. You know, just not really quite sure what you're supposed to be doing on the journey and that sort of thing. And I feel like a lot of you were just kind of in a place where you wanted to give up. Okay, and so you're just being reminded right now that you are being protected. Okay, you are getting help. You are being guided. These connections are divinely protected, divinely guided. Okay, so just remember that. All right, if you need help, ask for it. Source is not going to deny you help. All right, you just have to make sure that you're paying attention to the signs. Okay, but I feel like a lot of you have just been feeling stuck. You've been feeling trapped. You're not really quite sure how to get out of the situation that you're in, you know? This isn't just Divine Masculine. We know Divine Masculine's been feeling trapped for a while. This is Divine Feminine too. Some of you have been feeling trapped in the connection itself. Some of you have been feeling trapped in a karmic situation. You've been feeling trapped just in general because of whatever, you know, what all is going on right now. You know, I just feel like you can't do anything. You have no control. Well, you don't. You don't. Okay? The only thing you have control over is yourself. Some of you have been stuck in procrastination. You've been stuck not really quite sure, again, how to move forward, so you haven't been doing anything. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just as guilty of this as everybody else, okay? So, no judgments. But some of you have just been, I don't want to deal with it today. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Okay. Well, I mean, you can continue to put it off if you want, but it's still going to be there. It's still going to be there tomorrow, right? So some of you just need the courage right now to just do it, okay? Just do it. Whatever you're being called to do right now, just do it. All right? Source is guiding you. Source is protecting you. What's the fear? Where is the fear coming from? Why are you afraid to move forward? What are you waiting on? Right? These are questions you really need to ask yourself. What are you waiting on? Okay? Because if you're waiting on your counterpart, again, I'm sorry, you're going to be waiting for a while. Waiting begets waiting. Okay? So let's take a look at Divine Masculine. See where he's at today. Yeah. Divine Masculine's rebuilding right now. Serious Towers, guys. Divine Masculine has been going through it this year. Okay? And they're having to keep rebuilding. Some of them, it's like they get in the process of starting the rebuild and another tower happens. Okay? So it's like they have a bunch of towers they're trying to rebuild, okay? So I think the message here is really to just be patient with your counterpart if your counterpart is in fact Divine Masculine. Okay? Also, be patient with yourself, you know? This is your masculine energy coming in too. Some of you are rebuilding from towers as well, okay? This isn't just for Divine Masculine. This can be masculine energy as well, okay? So keep that in mind. But yeah, Divine Masculine is just... Divine Masculine's been stuck. We know this. For a while in this codependent cycle, just keeps going round and round and round in circles. He keeps trying to give it another go, give it another go, give it another go. And what happens is it ends up ending the same. The definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over again without and expecting different results, right? That's what Divine Masculine keeps doing. But right now, Divine Masculine's just done. He's fed up. He doesn't want to. He wants to release it. Right? He wants to make that decision. Right? He wants to be able to move forward. He wants to be able to get out of the mess that he's in. He just doesn't know how to do it. So Divine Masculine is just like, I know. Divine Feminine, you don't have to keep telling me. I know what I'm about. I know what's happening right now. You know, a lot of Divine Masculines are very aware now. You know, these awakenings are no joke. A lot of them are getting downloads. They're seeing synchronicities. Some of them are probably watching tarot readings. Okay, believe it or not, they're doing their research. They know what's up, okay? They know what they need to do. They know what they have to do. They just don't know how to do it. And some of them, because they don't know how to do it, you know, they're stuck. They're trying to procrastinate, right? They feel trapped because of their non-action. Okay? So they're having to call upon their courage, you know, and Source is trying to help them out. Source is trying to show them what to do. You know, some of them just are not. It's like they see the signs, but some of them are just trying to wish them away, like out of sight, out of mind. No, it doesn't work that way. It's still there. Divine Masculine, it is, okay? But yeah, Divine Masculine really wants to release this toxicity, the codependency, all of it. Does not want to deal with it anymore. They want their happiness. They want their 10 of Cups. Union energy coming in, guys. They want their 10 of Cups. Okay? And they're recognizing where they're at now is not it. Okay? It's just full of toxicity. It's full of anger. It's full of fear. You know? But they don't know what to do about it. They don't know how to change that. Right? They know what they do. They know what they need to do. They want to make the decision. They want to release the codependency, right? But they're still busy, like, rebuilding from the last tower. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Sorry, my cat's trying to get in the room. Alright, so let's take a look at Divine Feminine, see what's going on today with that. Oop. I know yesterday Divine Feminine was in a very low energy. Kind of a really sad energy. I mean, me personally, I wasn't. I was good, but just the negativity and the fear and everything that was coming in is really intense. All right. Wow. Okay. So Divine Feminine, you're in the same place here. Look at that. Divine Masculine, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Divine Feminine, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So Knight of Pentacles, of course, really wanting to release not just codependency, but how things have been going. Like recognizing how things have been going, how things have been progressing in this karmic situation, or possibly in your connection if there's codependency in the connection, that sort of thing, wanting to release that. Some of you are being forced to release this. This could be a job. Some of you have been forced to release this. Some of you may have been furloughed, okay, and the choice was made for you. So some of you are in this energy because you're being forced to be there, and you're like, okay, you know what? Yes, you're right, Source, it's time. You're right. This was the tower that I needed. This is the tower that I prayed for. To move me forward, right? So that I can release the deception, you know? Tired of pretending that I'm okay in a situation where I know I'm not. Okay, just holding on, literally holding on to the self-deception here, okay? It's time to make a decision, okay? Time to release the illusion, right? And just to move forward in truth, and move forward in integrity. Release the burdens, okay? Some of you are very, very triggered right now about what's going on, okay? And so that's part of what's been keeping you stuck as well, is you keep getting triggered over and over and over again. You keep yourself stuck in that trigger instead of working through it and moving on and releasing it, okay? So you're being urged to do that, okay? Again, you know, releasing the manipulation. Some of you have been mentally manipulating yourself, okay? Some of you are in mentally manipulative situations, absolutely, and you're wanting to release that too. Some of you have been mentally manipulative in your connection. Some of you have been dealing with someone in your connection who is mentally manipulative, okay? Whether that's your Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, whatever. Take it as it resonates. But you're really wanting to release that, right? Wanting to release the heartache, wanting to release the sorrow, the resentment, the karma. It's just kind of like, okay, let's just release this so I can be done, okay? Some of you are in the middle of a serious purge right now, and that could have been what I was feeling yesterday from the collective, okay? A lot of Divine Feminines going through purges as well as Divine Masculine, and some of you might be feeling this from your Divine Masculine. It might be triggering your own purge, okay? Because you're always mirroring. So when the energies hit you, and it could trigger you. It's not just them being in your presence, in your 3D presence, just the energy sometimes from your counterpart can actually trigger you, okay? It happens all the time to me. All right, so some of you are just wanting to release this, right, and find some clarity, okay? And clarity is coming, Divine Feminine. Clarity is coming, but you have to release this. You have to release this first, okay? Come to terms. Come to terms with yourself. Come to terms with your illusions, the lies you've been telling yourself, the lies that have been told to you that you've believed over time, okay? Whether that be from your childhood, your upbringing, your parents, watching the media, watching TV, movies, whatever. You know, I posted on my community tab day before yesterday a movie called Out of Shadows that actually Soul Mission shared with me. And it talks about how the government basically uses Hollywood and basically is a mass propaganda tool. And it's true, guys. This is not news. Okay, this is something people have known for a really long time, but it was, you know, fully open about it. So I definitely recommend taking a look at that. Okay, some of you have been fed lies since you were really, really young just by watching movies. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, and it's not a joke. Like social convention and social expectations and societal expectations, a lot of times they come through in movies. Like that, it's kind of hard to square that. Hollywood is basically telling you how to live. It's true. It's true. Okay. So yeah, need to release the burdens, guys. Just get through your triggers, deal with them the best that you can, move on in truth. Okay. Deal with your illusions and release the codependency. Okay. Everything's going to be fine. It's all fine. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the connections. Woo. Wow. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, so first card out, we've got a Six of Cups. So, and this is, of course, the soulmate card, but it's also, just in general, to me, a lot of times represents inner child wounds, but also past life stuff. Okay, so these connections, I definitely, guys, you've had many, many lives with your counterpart, okay? So what's coming up right now, a lot of the triggers that are coming up right now could be from past lives, okay? Whether there's resentment, there's abandonment, there's guilt, you know. I actually, a friend of mine, personally, that I know in my personal life, a divine feminine, you know, she knows her divine masculine, and she's discussed this stuff with me before. It's really interesting. She actually went to a psychic. She was talking about how her twin flame actually in a past life actually killed, or she was killed because he was involved in something else. Okay, and there was a lot of guilt and resentment there that she had to release. Okay, so because he didn't protect her, right? He didn't take the bullet for her. She took the bullet for him, right? So there was a lot of guilt there that she had to release, a lot of self-guilt, okay? And she ended up working through it. Basically, it was revealed to her that he wouldn't have taken that bullet anyway. So there's absolutely no reason to feel guilty whatsoever, okay? So any past life stuff that's coming up here, okay? Just deal with it, guys. Do some meditation, okay? So some past life regression, whatever you need to do to get through that, okay? Some of you also are dealing with a soulmate right now, okay? Whether that be a karmic soulmate or just in general a high-level soulmate, okay? So keep that in mind, and that's coming through in the connections, okay? And keep in mind, when you have a soul connection with somebody, a lot of times the soul connections are also integrated in your twin flame connection. Like if you have a karmic, okay, that karmic also has a contract with your counterpart. Does that make sense? Because we're all part of a soul group, right? So there's contracts going out through it. It's not just the contract between you and your karmic. You could also have a contract with that karmic that needs to be cleared. Okay? So keep that in mind. A lot of you have been trying to hold back the purge. Some of you have been really trying to suppress this really, really bad, but you can't do that, okay? You have to let it go. You have got to let it go, guys. Okay, you can't sit there and hold it in, all right? But some of you may get some communication very, very soon, all right? But I definitely feel movement just in general within the connections are happening, okay? Some of your counterparts are just, they're wanting to come forward, but they've been holding themselves back, okay? So you may actually get some sort of communication, and it could be in the 5D, it could be in 3D, okay, what have you. It could be a message from somebody about your counterpart, okay? But I definitely feel some truth coming in, and I've felt this for a while. So some of you may get some contact very soon, okay? And the next new moon we have is in Taurus, I believe, which is actually Divine Feminine's moon. All right, so keep that in mind. I definitely feel some darkness coming in with that one as regards materialism, codependency. I think is going to be incredibly highlighted. Like physical codependency, like money, material possessions, you know, things like that is going to be highlighted. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I feel like just a lot of you have been feeling really in stasis. Like you want to move forward. You're just not really quite sure how to. So you've been holding yourself back, right? But that's been throwing you off balance. It's been keeping you off balance. And so you're really needing to kind of bring yourself back into focus, you know, focus on what it is that you want to do, focus on your wish fulfillment, you know, whether that be your mission or what have you. I definitely, a lot of times this card to me represents mission. Okay, so whatever your divine purpose is, you're being called to that right now, but you have to bring yourself into balance first. Okay, you have to bring yourself into balance first. All right, you have got to shatter those illusions, guys. You've got to get over this. Okay, whatever illusions you've been holding on to, you've got to release them. Okay, it's okay. It's okay if you can't fulfill somebody else's expectations of you. Okay, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm gonna kind of rehash. You know, when I'm talking about illusions and things, a lot of times, a lot of it does have to do with expectations. Okay, just as an example. Okay, in my karmic situation, my karmic was always telling me that I've changed. Well, yeah, I have, in a way, sure. But he basically told me that I was a different person when he met me, and that's not true. Okay? However, his perception of me had changed because he had placed specific expectations on me from the day that we met. And as we went along, I, you know, doing my thing. I am who I am, right? He noticed that I wasn't fulfilling those expectations, and so therefore his illusion of me was completely shattered. Right? But instead of taking that upon himself to be like, all right, well, I had certain expectations of you and you didn't meet them. Right? It was, oh, you've changed. You're not the same person. You know? And sure, no, I'm definitely not the same person I was a year ago. Absolutely. You know, and I told him that. I'm like, the Sasha you knew from 10 years ago, dead. Gone. Okay? I am my true self now. But I didn't deceive you. I don't play those games. Never did. Never will. Okay? I didn't deceive you. Your perception of me has changed. And that is what it is. Okay? So that's how illusions can affect your reality. Okay? All right, let's get some messages from the counterparts. All right. Bingo. Yup. Yeah, definitely. Still a lot of denial coming in, guys. But yeah, appearances are deceiving. What did I just say? How do illusions affect your reality? Take a real long, hard look at how your illusions affect your reality. Okay? No surprise there. Okay. Yeah, they definitely are, guys. Really, believe it or not, they are working on it. No. Wow. Okay. Apparently, Source has a lot of messages for you guys today. Yeah. Yeah. See? Adjustments are required. So take a look at your illusions, guys. Take a look at what you're dealing with. Okay? Take a look at the lies you've been told throughout your life. Okay? And don't hold them against somebody, you know. Don't hold resentment because of them. Just recognize them for what they are and make your own conclusions. Okay? Is this true? Has this illusion been serving me? Okay? Ask yourself those questions. Well, boom. Don't let your past hold you back. That's exactly what I just said. All right? But yeah, a tough cycle ending. A lot of cycles ending right now, guys. It's inevitable. Just let it happen. Okay? Just no resistance. Just let it happen. Okay? Because, yeah, prosperity definitely lies ahead. And, of course, new moon in Taurus. There you go. All right? But, yeah, watch that ego, guys. Especially with the illusions, what I'm talking about. Illusions are basically ego. Okay? So don't let ego fool you. Don't let ego fool you. Okay? And, yeah, boom. Surrender. Surrender to the divine. Okay? That's the best way to go. Don't take it on yourself. Just release it. Just release it. Be like, you know what? I don't know what to do. I don't know what. I don't. So help me. Help me. Help me. Okay? Okay? All right, guys. I hope this helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe. And, oh, I also want to mention, I had a really fun time doing the 4/11 event this past weekend with Jupiter. And she's going to be doing another one for 8/8, which I'm also going to be participating in. I'm really, really excited. I've actually went ahead and put the link in the description box for you guys. So go ahead and grab your spot now. It's called the Rebirth of You. And it's not specifically going to be twin flames. It's just spiritual journey in general, which I think is incredibly inclusive, and I love that. But basically talking about, yeah, the rebirth of you. And I've been talking about these resets, You know, we've been going through a reset, okay? We've been shattering our illusions. We've been basically stepping into our true selves, and that's a really hard transition to do, especially when you, like, everything you thought you knew, you know, is not right, is not true. It's not, it doesn't serve you anymore. So we're having to shift our perspectives, and therefore our timelines are shifting, you know, our energies are shifting, everything is shifting. So I think it's really, really appropriate to do, you know, an event on basically coming into your true self and rebirthing yourself. And of course, we just had Easter, and I know Wicked Virgo actually mentioned this on her collective yesterday, because I actually talked to her about this on Easter. It's like, Easter is the perfect time for a rebirth, because that's what it is. Easter represents the rebirth of Christ, or the resurrection of Christ. Okay, so you can reinvent yourself. Yes, you can. You can rebirth yourself. Yes, you can. You can be a new person, but in reality, you're not a new person. You're just coming into your true self and releasing everything else that doesn't serve you. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.